Welcome to the show. Michigan Congressman Tim Walberg and Texas Congressman Michael Burgess both are on House Energy and Commerce. First to you, Congressman Walberg, what's your reaction to Nancy Pelosi saying the U.S. military pollutes more than 140 countries combined?
This is absurd. It's just, it runs along the agenda that they have that has no common sense at all or touch with reality. I mean, to equate our military as being polluters that are beyond repair to the point that we have to turn them over to a total different fighting force because of so-called climate change that they're impacting is absurd, and it shows why the leadership team that's there right now does not have America's best interests at heart, nor are they capable of leading this nation.
And Congressman Burgess, I'd like your reaction to Biden's controller nominee on saying that, yes, the White House wants to bankrupt oil and gas companies for climate change. Watch this.
For certain troubled industries and firms that are in transitioning. And here what I'm thinking about is primarily coal industry and oil and gas industry. A lot of the smaller players in that industry are going to probably go bankrupt in short order. At least we want them to go bankrupt if we want to tackle climate change, right? The way we basically get rid of those carbon financiers is we starve them of their sources of capital.
Going bankrupt, starving them of capital. She wants to put even more people out of work during a pandemic. What do you say, Congressman?
I say that's intellectually bankrupt and morally vapid. Look, coal and natural gas, hydropower in this country, as well as nuclear, all of them are going to be required, as well as renewables. We can't turn our back on any energy source because here's the simple truth. We're going to require 50 to 60% more energy over the next 30 years in this country. That same time frame where the administration says they want to go to zero carbon, I'm sorry, you don't get there without new nuclear. And right now, they're not paying any attention. Look at their Build Back Better bill. Not $1 for new nuclear research and development, deployment of new nuclear facilities. And yet, looking to the United States military, look at the fantastic record of utility and safety the United States Navy has with their nuclear-powered submarines that have been patrolling the Atlantic for 50 years without any trouble.
And Congressman Walberg, Omarova also wants all of our bank accounts at the Federal Reserve. Democrat Senator John Tester has real problems with her. Her nomination is in danger. We've got 5.8 million jobs coming back online. We're still more than 4 million jobs short versus pre-pandemic. So talking about getting rid of jobs is not the time to do it during a pandemic, critics would say. And where is Biden? Where is Bernie Sanders? Where is John Kerry in policing China and India? They're still firing up the coal plants. China has more GSEs than the U.S. and the developed world combined.
Yeah, China, of course, is trying to move ahead of America in every way. They are building more coal-fired plants. They're getting coal from everywhere. They need that while we're turning ourselves down for the future. I sit here in Michigan, and we have the concern that the winter is bringing on. We've got farmers that are drying their grain products right now. They need propane, and this governor of our state, along with the president, talking about shutting down another pipeline. January 20th, they shut down the Keystone pipeline. Following that, they opened up the Russian Nord Stream pipeline. They took jobs away from American people. They took energy independence away. You just have to look back before January 20th. We were exporting energy. Yeah. We were totally energy independent. We weren't polluting the world. We can do every single thing that John Kerry, in an insanity approach, wants to do, and we will still have increased carbon because of China and other countries who aren't going to join into anything that our country seemingly wants to do to give away our freedom and opportunity.
And to Congressman Walberg's point here, Congressman Burgess, it's the arrogance of Democrats here. Biden, John Kerry, Energy Secretary Granholm told energy workers, go code, get software jobs, you'll be fired. Now the climate czar, Kerry, is saying the U.S. won't have coal plants by 2030. We are 2 million barrels per day less in producing U.S. oil than before the pandemic. This is during the height of the energy boom, and they've been undercutting it. So when you see all of this going on, when you put it all together, Al Gore wants to do surveillance stalking of climate violators with climate activists using hundreds of satellites and sensors and artificial intelligence. It just feels like, are they really out of touch? Because they're the ones who flew airplanes. They're the ones who used 4x4 motorcades and helicopters and outriders to the UN climate conference. What about stalking themselves for their own climate carbon footprint?
It's not the first time that Democrats in the federal government have been on exactly the wrong page, a very different page than the American people. It happened in '93 with the BTU tax. It happened in 2009 with the Waxman-Markey cap and trade bill, and it will happen again with the Build Back Better Act. People don't want the type of energy policies these people are selling. They've repudiated them every single time, and they will again.
And you know what? There should be, how about hearings on the Biden administration officials investing in China through investment funds that invest in Chinese solar panel, companies that are made with prison labor. What about that? We've got the Biden doing a redo of Obama's, task force on gouging gas companies for gouging. He's got no proof of that, Congressman Walberg. So when you see all this put together, how do you think the American voter feels?
He has no proof of that. The American voter has to be looking at what's taking place now and saying, why are we allowing this to happen? What did we do with our last election? Why did we turn down success? You're absolutely right. I offered an amendment in Energy and Commerce Committee on this very issue, that we would not do any business with countries that use forced labor. That's China. But that was turned down by the Democrats summarily. They want to continue moving away from Americans' independence and let our enemies, and that's what China is. We have to look at it that way.
Okay.
Gain traction. That's going to hurt Americans. That's going to hurt Michiganders. And a coal season is coming on right now. We need energy.
Congressman Tim Walberg and Congressman Michael Burgess, it's good to see you. Come back soon.